For a lot of filmmakers, there simply isn't time or resources to send your video off to a professional sound mixer. More often than not, you need to be able to create a good mix entirely inside your editing software, and sometimes that can be a bit tricky. In this video, we're going to share the 5 most useful audio effects in Premiere Pro. Number 1, Multiband Compressor. This is by far the most versatile and useful mastering effect in Premiere. While it can be used on individual tracks, the multiband compressor really shines when it's applied to the whole mix. This effect allows you to set 4 distinct frequency ranges and apply different compression settings to each of them. This audio does not have any multiband compression, but now it's been activated. There's a big difference. When used properly, it can cut down on muddy frequencies, normalize your audio to be dynamically consistent, and give you complete control over the loudness of your mix. There are even some great presets to get you started. Number 2, Denoise. This is a great tool for cleaning up any type of hiss or constant background noise, especially with dialogue. This effect uses an algorithm to determine the specific problem frequencies, and then allows you to reduce those frequencies using a simple slider. This dialogue has some noise, so we should use Denoise to clean it up. This dialogue has some noise, so we should use Denoise to clean it up. You're even able to refine your focus to specific frequency ranges. If you recorded a noisy interview and don't have any room tone to cover the edits, this effect can be a lifesaver. Number 3, Studio Reverb. There are a few different reverb effects within Premiere, but Studio Reverb is my favorite because of its simple and intuitive design. In addition to several useful presets, you have complete control over parameters such as room size, decay, which is the length of the reverb, frequency cuts, and the mix of dry to wet signal, essentially how much reverb is applied to your sound. You can add a small amount of reverb to your natural sounds and ambiances to make them sit well in the mix, or you can dial up more aggressive settings for effect. Number 4, Graphic Equalizer. Many sound recordings, specifically the human voice, are just too muddy or boomy without EQ. Premiere's Graphic Equalizer is a great tool to identify and correct those problem frequencies. Just like you'd see in your car or your stereo, this powerful but simple plugin offers up to 30 faders at different frequencies, all of which can be moved up and down by 24 decibels. This original recording is not very clear, but with some EQ added, my voice is much sharper and more defined. If your dialogue or sound effects seem to be a bit off, simply add this effect to the track, experiment with pushing faders up one at a time until you identify the problem area, and then reduce those frequencies. This effect can also be applied to the whole mix before exporting. Number 5, Stereo Expander. This seems to be a somewhat rarely used effect, but it's one of my go-to ways to sweeten camera audio and nat sounds. Using a clever combination of EQ and time delay, this effect makes your audio sound wider and bigger than it actually is. This can really beef up an ambience or background noise, and can even be used to help a voiceover cut through the mix. You can also use this effect to easily pan a sound to one side of the stereo field. Many people just don't think that they can get a full professional sounding mix inside of Premiere Pro. But with the right effects and settings, your audio never has to leave your edit timeline.